Hi Stampers, this is Trevis. Welcome to Funful Friday. So this is our last Funful Friday because it's the last Friday in April. And so in May, we'll be doing something completely different on Fridays. But this is such a cute Funfold, and I'm excited to tell you that the designer series paper that I'm using today is going to be carried over into the new catalog, which is kind of unusual. They do it occasionally, but it's the Perennial Lavender design 12 by 12 paper. And if you don't have it, you're going to want it because it's so beautiful. A lot of our paper is cute, and this paper is beautiful. So I'm going to be using all kinds of different things today. I'm going to be using the Perennial Postage bundle. I'm going to be using Painted Lavender bundle. I'm also going to be using, and I think these are retiring, they're the Gold Faceted Adhesive-Backed Sequins. So I'm going to be using these today. They have an unusual shape, which I kind of like. So this video is going to take a little bit of time, so I'm going to get right on it. I'm also thinking I might use a butterfly from the Paper Butterfly Accents, which is also carried over. So hopefully you have your new catalog. If you don't and you are one of my customers, please, please, please contact me, because I can either get you one or I can see what happened to your catalog. Okay, so we've had issues with mail in our area, so that could be the problem. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is just make the outside of the card, because I'm going to do something on the inside, but the outside is, you have to stamp that also. So might as well get to it. Okay, so this is Highland Heather cardstock. So the colors we're going to be using today are Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, and Shaded Spruce. I always bring my black pad over too because, you know, there's a good chance we'll use that. So this is 5.5 by 8.5. So you need a full sheet of cardstock for this card. This is half, and you're going to need the other half also. So the first half is 5.5 by 8.5, and I did score it in the center at 4.25. Okay, so now I cut a piece of the designer series paper, and this piece, okay, is like a piece of artwork. But I really, really love this gingham side. And so we're going to use that. I did cut a piece of Shaded Spruce cardstock as a layer, which sometimes I think is really, you know, is it totally necessary? I don't know. But but it sure makes a nice border, right? And so we got all these beautiful colors going on, and I'm like, yeah, I think I'm going to use that. But before I do that, I am going to cut some things out of it because the center part is going to be hidden, so there's no use in wasting that. And so I'm going to cut a few little pieces out of here, and I may use them and I may not, but I don't want to waste. I don't want to waste the inside of this cardstock. So I'm just got my oh, I have my mini cut and emboss. That's not going to work. Okay, that's a bummer. Well, let's see. I have some other little pieces I can cut with. Okay, so let's cut this piece out. I can cut one out of here. That'll work. See, the mini cut and emboss is like only this wide. So I should have brought my other one over, but I didn't. Thinking that this would be perfect. Wasn't planning to do any big cutting, but okay. So I have this piece. All right, I have this nice little sprig. I like that. I'll probably use that. And then, what else do I have here that I could cut out? Well, guess what? Not going to cut anything else out of that. I'm going to cut that out for sure. Okay, never mind. Let's just go with it. We're going to roll with the way it is. Okay, so I just put a new refill in my Stampin' Seal, so we're ready to go with that. And I have a small border. I cut it purposely like that. Okay, so go ahead and glue this down. And you can see how pretty that is. Just those three, you know, just those three layers are so pretty. Okay, now out of the designer series paper, I also cut this piece, and I cut it out of the Perennial Postage dies. So the Perennial Postage dies are awesome, and they're carried over also. So I cut this one, which is the second largest Okay, so I went ahead and I cut that out ahead of time. See, that's why I didn't think I needed my big cut and emboss. So now I'm just going to go ahead and glue this down. Don't you love the coordination of our paper? Oh, I do. It's just, everything coordinates so well. People tell me, oh, I just go and buy my stamp pads at a craft store. And I'm thinking, really? Because how do you find these perfect colors? Okay, now I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. And I'm going to do 2 stamps from this stamp set, the Painted Lavender set. And I'm going to stamp this stamp and then this stamp. Okay, so I have my pads here, and I'm going to use Gorgeous Grape and Shaded Spruce pads. And I have some cardstock here. Some skinny cardstock. Hope it's wide enough. I'm like being really conservative today, and I'm thinking, what the heck? Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna stamp that first. Ooh, it's really dark, but it lightens up a little bit when it dries. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp the stem in Shaded Spruce. I'm not sure exactly where this is supposed to fall. I think it's like right here. Yeah, I think that's right. If you look at this stamp, it will kind of give you a little guidance. So I'm thinking this needs to be about right. Guess what? It'll be fine. Whatever I do is going to be fine because it's a plant. And my theory on that is plants are plants and they don't all grow the same way anyway. Okay, so I have that done. And now I could cut these out separately, but guess what? I'm just going to fussy cut them real quick. And we're going to talk while I do it. Okay, so there's dies that cut these plants out individually. And I could have done that, but guess what? I'm just going to do this because I stamped them together. And you know me, I like to fussy cut. Okay, so you know there's the 5 in colors that are going to be retiring here really soon. Okay, so, and then the 5 new in colors are coming on May 1st. And the new ones are very, very beautiful. And don't test me on the colors yet. Peach Pie, Petunia Pop. I'm not very good with the colors yet. I don't think I have them mastered. Summer Splash. What's the other ones? There's the green one. Anyway, they're kind of pastel-y, which is nice. And then we also have the new Basic Beige. And so when I saw the new Basic Beige, I was like, do we really need another kind of neutral beige color? But guess what? I think we do, because when I'm using it, I love it. And it's lighter than Crumb Cake. And there's ribbon that goes with it. So I'm loving that. I'm a ribbon girl. So today, I'm going to be using ribbon that's going to be retiring. So as I said, those 5 in colors are going to be retiring here in about 4 days. And one of them is Orchid Oasis. But I have Orchid Oasis ribbon. And look, I'm thinking this is going to be beautiful with this card. So we're going to use it today. Even if it's a little bit more blue than the color that I'm stamping here, it's okay. We're going to roll with it. Okay, so I have those. All right, now I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of these. I have some mini dimensionals, yay. All right. So if you've noticed in the catalog, there are some price increases. Still have a few days to order before the price increases, so think about that. Okay, now I'm going to cut some ribbon. I like it. I mean, it's really a little bluer than I thought, but I think it's going to work fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put these like this. Okay. Do I want them to be like a bouquet, or do I just want them to be side by side? I think I'm going to go side by side. There's another stamp in here that would make like a bouquet, and it's this one. So if you have this stamp set, you're probably aware of that. Okay, so I'm just going to layer this, and I'm going to kind of use up the whole piece right here. I'm going to move it over a little bit. All right, so I just put 3 dimensionals on here. And now I'm going to tie a bow. Yes. Jean, you're laughing, thinking, oh, Trevis, you're not going to be able to pull that off. Oh, yes, I did. And I'm going to put that bow right there. Okay, so I'm going to cut a little bit of these tails off. Not too much, just a little bit. And I'm going to use a mini glue dot. I love these ones on a sheet. These are from Paper Pumpkin. And I have so many of these, because every month you get a whole sheet of these. And if you don't use them up, what the heck? They just sit there. And these are like tiny little ones, and they're awesome. Okay. Hardest part is getting the paper off of them. That's where your take your pick tool comes in. Okay. So here we go. We're going to put our bow right there. All right. Okay, so the front is pretty much done. I just need a sentiment. And the sentiment that I'm going to do is from Perennial Postage. And I'm looking at this Sending Love and Best Wishes. Because that could be a wedding card. That could be an anniversary card. That could be a birthday card. It could be an anything card. So I'm going to use that sentiment. I'm going to use this big block. Okay, and what color do I want it in? I think I'm going to stamp it in Shaded Spruce. Yep, I like it. All right, so now I am just going to, again, do a little fussy cutting. Now you're thinking, Trevis, we have all these dies and everything, but we don't have a die for these words. Anyway, and I like this look. I like cutting around the words. Again, I'm going to use some dimensionals. This time I'm going to use some big dimensionals. Oops, that's not my big dimensionals. There's my big dimensionals. Okay, so spring is upon us. And I'm excited because I love flowers and I love planting. Ask my husband. I don't like taking care of them. I like planting. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a couple of these on here. These are really unique. Look at, they're like a teardrop. I like them. So I think I'm going to use, oops, I got 2. I was going to use 1, but I'm going to use 2. 1, 2, and then I'm going to use this one. Okay, so we have the front of our card done. If you're looking for a simple, easy, fun card, here it is. You don't have to do the inside, but as I said, today is a fun fold. And so I'm going to close these so I don't put my hand in them. And now, and I just use stick pins for my ribbon, in case you're wondering. Once I open my ribbon and it gets like that, where the little tail is everywhere, I just use a little stick pin. And I stick that in there and it holds it in place so that don't get those tails going everywhere. Okay, so for the inside of our card, I have the other piece of, the other half of my, my Highland Heather cardstock. Now this is cut 5 1/4 by 8. Okay, and then I scored it. And I scored it 3 times. Okay, so get your scoring tool out. The first one's going to be at 3 1/4, then 4, and then 4 3/4. Okay, so you're going to score those 3 1/4, 4, and 4 3/4. All right, so now we are going to fold on those score lines. We're going to make it like I think they call this a W fold. I'll show you. Hang on. It's like that. So it's like a W. Okay, so now we are going to glue that into our card. And you want to be careful because you want your card to fold, close, but you also want your card to be able to open. So here's the trick. You're going to put adhesive on these both sides. Okay. We are going to close it like that. And we are going to close our card. And we are going to put it inside of our card. I hope I do this right. This is my plan. Let's see if it works. It's kind of scary because it's like if you don't get it right, this adhesive is so sticky. It does not want to come loose. Do I want to do it that far in? Hang on a second. Yeah, I'm going to put it about right here. Okay, so give yourself about, just go for it. Okay, and where do you start? I'm going to measure. You're going to start about 3/8 of an inch from the fold. Okay, and then you're going to take this piece and you're going to fold it down. Now what happens is your card is going to open like that. So it closes nicely. Okay, here's your card. And it closes nicely and it opens. Okay, and this piece is where we're going to make our cute fun fold. Before we do that, I'm going to use some more designer series paper. And this is also from our pack of paper. I always forget what it's called. Perennial Lavender. Okay, so I cut 2 pieces, and these are 5 by 3. So they're going to fit nicely in here. And this does have the lavender going up, so I want to make sure that I do that. Look at the back. Oh, so you could use the back, whatever side you like. I like this side. Okay, so I'm just going to put that one down. And then I have another one. Again, 5 by 3. Put this one down. They center nicely on this piece because it's cut it purposely so it would work. Okay, and then I have little pieces. So these are actually 1/2 inch by 5, and these are going to fit on here, on the little groove, on the what do you call that? Fold. I'm not sure. You can tell me if you're watching. You can put it in the comments. Okay, so I'm going to put this one down first. And then this one down next. Could have done this before I glued it all together. It might have been easier. But, you know, sometimes I don't roll that way. Okay, so now we have that. So it looks so pretty on the inside, right? Then I have these pieces. This was that piece I cut this out of, right? And then I have a white piece that's going to fit over that. Okay, so I'm going to do a little stamping on this piece, on these white pieces. So what size are these, you're asking me, I bet. This is 2 3/4. Well, no, actually it's 2, oh gosh. 2 and, that would be 6/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13/16. 2 13/16. Oh, by about 1 1/4. Okay. And it doesn't have to be this exact, right? Whatever kind of scraps you have, just cut yourself a nice little piece like this. Don't freak out like I am right now. Okay. So now I'm going to do a little more stamping. And I'm going to do some little flowers. And I'm going to do this in the lighter Highland Heather. I'm just going to stamp a few of these. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp on here. Oh, that didn't work. Gosh, that's why we have 2-sided paper. I didn't like how that looked. Okay. And I'm going to wipe off my glass because I see some ink on there. I don't want that where I don't want it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to adhere these to this piece, hiding that where I cut what I cut out. Oh, you know what though? That is going to end up showing. Oh. You know why? I'll show you why. So I think I need to cut another piece for that. And I'm going to tell you why, because when I do my hair, I'm actually going to do a little trick. I'm going to cut another piece here. I'm not going to try to take that off the paper. I'm just going to layer it on like that. So it's going to be double thickness, but that's fine. Because this is actually going to be inside the card. And I don't want that back to be showing. I want the back to look like that. Okay, so here's the dealio. This piece is going to go down here like this. Okay, so we're going to put adhesive right here, like that. And then this piece is going to go up here. So we're going to put adhesive right here. I might be out of screen, sorry. Like that. Okay, so when it closes, it's going to be like that. Okay, now what do we want to put on these? You could actually do 3 if you wanted also. So first of all, I have a problem when it's like too dark and I can't write. So I have a little piece of designer series paper and I'm going to put that on the inside. Just make sure you got your card going the right way. Okay, so there's where I'm going to sign my card. Okay, and then these are upside down, but that's okay. No, it's not okay. Not thrilled about that. I'm not thrilled that I did that upside down, because I don't want those flowers upside down, actually. Okay, that makes me feel better. Now the flowers are going the right way. Okay, you can use liquid glue too, and that really holds nicely. Okay, now what I need to do is I need to put something on here like this. And I kind of like that I only did 2 because it gives me some, you know, if I did 3, I wouldn't have room to really, let me see, this is coming loose. I wouldn't have room to really build on these. Does that make sense? So I like that they are far apart, because I want to add I want to add some of this greenery, and then I want to add some flowers also. Oh, and a butterfly. Forgot about that. I want to add a butterfly. So these are the paper butterfly accents, and I took them out of wrap and I just put them in one of these, because I don't keep my dies in here, but I don't ever throw these away. They're awesome. I hope they never discontinue these. The way that they package our products. I think I'm going to use this one. Oh, I love that. You know what? I might use another one. I think I'm going to use this one. Wait a minute. Maybe this big one. I've been wanting to use this big one. So I'm thinking, yeah. I think the big one would look cool on here. Yes! Oh my gosh. I love it. Okay. Now, where's my... I've lost my glue. Not my glue, but I have my glue. Okay, well, I don't know what I did with my silicone craft sheet. I don't have it here, but this is going to be fine. So I'm going to put a little glue on here just to hold this in place. Dot, dot, dot. Not too much, just enough. And I could have colored this, but guess what? I kind of like it white because it really pops. Is this the way? Is this better? This is upside down. Okay, I'm going to put it right here. I got a problem with things not going the right way. If things are upside down, it kind of freaks me out. Okay, so on this one, I am going to color it. And I'm going to use a dauber. And I'm going to use my, let's just use this color. I'm going to use Highland Heather. And I'm going to color the butterfly with Highland Heather. I think there was another color on this dauber, but we hope this works. I know this is a long video. This is longer than I wanted it to be, actually, but I'm sorry. It's going to be cute when it's done. Look at that. Okay, bring this back in. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going to put this, a little bit of glue on these again. Maybe. My glue will come out. Don't fail me now, glue. There we go. It's running low, I can tell. I don't want to completely quit on me right now. Okay, I'm not going to put any glue on the top half because I don't want it to stick to the inside of my card. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, so down here, I'm going to glue this. Here we go again. I need a new glue. And I'm tempted to go over and get one because this is irritating me. Sorry, didn't mean to make that so loud. Hold on a second. That's empty. I got a new one. Okay, now it's going to come out like crazy, watch. Yeah, just like I said. Whoa, too much. It's okay. I'd rather have too much than none. None's not good. Okay, so we're going to put this right here. And then we're going to put a little flower right there. And the little flower I'm going to use is, which one? Use this one. Okay. Give me another block. So this little block is retiring, in case you didn't know. Yep. It's an A block. This will cut these out, but now what? It's going to be really small. I think these are all going to be separate. Yes, they are. That's okay. I think I'll make it work. These little 4 flowers are going to be all separate, but that's okay. It's going to look cute. I do want something popped up, so this will be popped up. Usually, if this is the first time you're watching one of my videos and you're thinking, wow, that is a long video, it's not usually the case. I usually try to keep them around, 15 minutes. Sorry, today is probably going to be like the longest video ever. Okay. Now I'm going to use my little mini glue dots again. I'm not sorry, my little mini dimensionals. And I'm going to put some on the back of these. Oh, I'm like, where'd the other one go? They're so small that they fly away. I don't know if I'm going to use all 4 of them. I might just use 3. Oh, it's so cute though. A little dimension is always good. Wow, these are really small, so I'm going to cut a little piece here. Don't throw these edges away. One time I had somebody tell me that they only use the center of their dimensionals and then they throw them away. I'm like, what? Why? Why would you throw them away? Because they're sticky and you can cut them and use them. Okay. Wow. Teeny tiny. And I like to do things in threes, so we're doing this in threes. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, so I put those right there on top of that greenery. So now when you open it, you can see those. Okay, so do I need any gold inside? Maybe. Maybe I need a couple of these inside because these little tiny ones are so cute. I'm going to add a few of these. One up here. This one. Got to do 3 or 5, and I'm doing 5. Okay. Use them up because they're retiring, I think. I'm like 99.9% sure they're retiring. Okay, so there's our card today. And it's just a little pop-up card, but it's so cute. And then you can sign right here. So thanks for watching today. Sorry this is such a long video. My name's Trevis Bossler, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in St. Louis, Missouri. I appreciate your subscription and watching your likes to my video. Thanks, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye.